3, 2, 1. Oklahoma got pounded by rainfall over the weekend. In fact, many places picked up more than 5 inches of rain. Here it was, moving through northern Texas across southern Oklahoma, dropping a tremendous amount of rainfall in a short period of time in some instances. In fact, that rainfall has moved off towards the east. The heaviest stuff right now is down in Louisiana and towards Houston, southeast Texas. Places down there picked up more than 7 inches of rain. Still got a few clouds hanging out in eastern Oklahoma right now, but for the most part, that system is moving off towards our east. Here's the rainfall totals. We got 5.9 inches of rain in Comanche County, 5.5 down there on the Red River. Pretty much the heaviest stuff was right along I-40. You see we got some light rainfall off towards the north and heavy rainfall above around 2 inches, and in some places a little bit more than that. South of I-40, got 5.4 in southeast Oklahoma. But I'm sorry, you poor guys up in northern Oklahoma, you didn't pick up much of anything at all, maybe a couple tenths of an inch, but for the most part, the rainfall was towards the south. Here's what we got for outside right now. A little bit cooler where those clouds and rainfall was at in eastern Oklahoma into the lower 60s. Got some 70s out in western Oklahoma. That sunshine popped its head through the clouds and helped warm up the afternoon temperatures a little bit higher across western Oklahoma. Here right now in Will Rogers Airport, we got 72 degrees, 57 for a dew point. And the problem with that is, you might be wondering, why am I showing you the dew point and the temperature? Well, as we're heading towards the evening and overnight hours, the temperature is going to fall, and the dew point's going to sit right there. And as they get real close together, we could see some patchy fog develop across Oklahoma City tonight and tomorrow morning, because we've got that light wind of north-northwest of 5 miles per hour. So you got light winds, very humid air. We'll see some of that fog. That's just perfect ingredients for that. Weather headlines, patchy fog for tonight, tomorrow morning. Much warmer as we head towards the afternoon tomorrow. In fact, we could see some record-setting temperatures. Well, not necessarily record, but much warmer than where we normally would be for this time of year. But don't worry, there's a cold front on Wednesday. It's going to be knocking on the doorstep and then plow through the state, bringing us about 20 degrees cooler than where we were on Tuesday. Fog for tomorrow morning. There's that cold front up in northern Oklahoma, or up in the northern plains. It stays there for a while, starts to move towards the south. But for Tuesday afternoon, we're going to be dealing with sunny skies and warm weather across Oklahoma. But as we head towards Wednesday, that's where that bad boy is going to just come sliding through the state and bring some very chilly air on the back side of it. Yeah, but it's not going to make it all the way through the state, but for most of us, we will see some cooler air. Tonight, the low is pretty much mid-50s across most of Oklahoma, a little bit cooler off towards the Panhandle, Guyman at 47, and then highs for tomorrow. We see we got 80s, 84 McAllister, 83 in Durant, 81 in Hobart. Pretty much everybody in the 80s, maybe just barely in the upper 70s. But as you go from tomorrow into Wednesday, look, we got 80s, and then bam, they jump down in towards some 60s and 50s out and towards the Panhandle. And that cold front is just going to be pushing its way, just slashing through the state down towards the southeast, and it doesn't make it quite through. As you can see, we got that temperature change right here from the 60s down in towards possibly a few 80s in southeast Oklahoma on Wednesday, but it will continue to make its way through and give all a state of nice relief from the 80-degree temperatures. Here's what we got for my first alert metro forecast. Patchy fog tonight, 56 degrees for a low, south wind of 4 to 8 miles per hour as you're heading towards tomorrow morning for your commute. Could still see a little bit of fog out there, 58 degrees. And for the rest of the day, here's what you got. Far above our average for this time of year, which is 74 degrees. And it stays dry tomorrow, but as you head towards Wednesday, you got that cold front compounding through the state, maybe a slight chance of rainfall, but the temperatures drop about 20 degrees down into the lower 60s. Warming up slightly for Friday, only to have another system come moving through on Saturday and Sunday. So it's just really a big roller coaster ride in terms of temperatures across Oklahoma. You're up to date with the latest First Alert forecast. Riverville, 48 degrees weekend. Got our high today, and we only got down to 60. Three, two, one. Well, we had a mild day across Oklahoma. In fact, many places got above their normal temperature for this time of year. 67 is where we normally get to. 78 was our high today, and we only got down to 61 degrees this morning. So you can imagine it was definitely warmer than where we normally would be. In fact, pretty much all the southern plains is warmer than where they normally are. 74 right now in Dallas, 76 down in Houston. Midland's at 74. Amarillo's at 67. And you see Amarillo and Wichita, they're knocking on the doorstep of this nice cold front. You can see that sharp temperature contrast. 68, 56. 3, 2, 1. It was a gloomy day across the state for all of Oklahoma today. It's a gloomy day. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It was a gloomy day across the state for all of Oklahoma today. 3, 2, 1. It was a gloomy one for all of Oklahoma today as these much of the day. But as we got in towards the afternoon hours, we saw the sunshine start to peek through the clouds a little bit. And then all of a sudden, right at once, around 5 o'clock, boom, in the metro, the clouds were gone, and it was nothing but sunshine. It's a little hazy down here near the surface where we saw a little bit of moisture left over from the rainfall we got this past weekend, which was quite heavy, might I add. And speaking of that rainfall, it's now off towards the east. Portions of Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee are getting pounded tonight with some tremendous downpours, and there's tons of lightning out there. Much like we saw last night, it is just going crazy across the southeast United States, and that system's going to continue moving off towards the east. Our next big weather maker is going to be up in the Pacific Northwest. It stays there for a few days and gives us the chance to get rid of all these clouds right here from the west towards the east. They'll push away and give us some nice sunny skies over the next few days, and that's going to help our temperatures get really warm, actually. Right now outside Will Rogers Airport, 57 degrees, dew point of 50. As that dew point and temperature get a little bit closer together, we could see the development of some patchy fog, but it's not going to be as bad as what we saw last night, where visibility got down to near half a mile. East wind from the east-northeast wind rather from the 6 miles per hour, and the pressure is at 29.99 inches of mercury and rising. Currently, temperatures across the state not too terribly bad, mid-50s, a little bit warmer down here in the southwest where they saw the sunshine throughout most of the day, and their highs got up into the mid-70s, and that is what we're going to expect throughout the rest of the week. Indian summer-like weather will continue. What that necessarily means is after the first freeze of the fall, which we saw last week, the next warm-up is considered the Indian summer. And how warm will it get? We'll think about some 70s and 80s, so you might want to break out those shorts one more time. But don't worry, cooler weather will arrive for the weekend, and we could see a slight chance of rain then as well. Upper level low sitting across Oklahoma right now. That's what was responsible for the development of rain. It's going to continue pushing off towards the east, giving them some showers along the eastern coast. But in the meantime, we got northwesterly flow across Oklahoma. That'll give us some drier air, and that dry air is also going to help us warm up a little bit more than where we normally would be for this time of year. Well, not necessarily a little bit. How about a lot? Well, as we head towards the weekend, that storm system in the Pacific Northwest starts to work its way in, and that's going to help give us that slight chance of rain, and then the cooler weather. So we'll have to enjoy this while it lasts for the next 4 or 5 days. Mid-40s, upper 40s across the state for lows tonight, and as we head towards tomorrow afternoon, look at this. Low 70s, mid-70s, upper 70s, and even a few 80s as you head on towards the panhandle, so you can tell it is definitely going to be a little bit warmer than what you normally would see for this time of year. Here's my first alert metro forecast. 48 degrees for a low tonight, 56 by tomorrow morning, and then we heat it up to 75 for an afternoon high. But look at the high for Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, all into the upper 70s, even a chance of some 80s. But as you get in towards the weekend, a little bit cooler weather, but we'll see a slight chance of rain. So we'll just take what we can right now, bust out the shorts before we have to get the coats out one more time. You're up to date with the latest First Alert forecast.